Hi, I'm Sharita Olivares, and this is week 3's video journal. So I spent a portion of this week just trying to really get my mind around and trying to understand what the functional behavioral assessment is, the purpose of it, so to speak. And what I came to discover is that the functional behavioral assessment is just a method, it's just a way to understand why a student, why a person has some of the negative and acting out behavior and what need is trying to meet. Because I think one of the main things that we need to understand, and this is not just with students, this is just with people. When we see a negative behavior, if we see a person that's manipulative, if we see a person that's dishonest, at the root of it, they're just trying to meet a need. So what we're trying to do is replace the negative behavior for a positive one and still get that need met. So that is the purpose of the functional behavior assessment. So the student that I'll be using to assess, I've switched his name out, so we're going to call him, for all intensive purposes, we're going to call him Robert. Some of the behavior that I see that I'm concerned about is just distracted. He seems to be obsessed with technology, with video games, with music, so much so that he refuses to work. Now, this student is by all means highly intelligent, and when he wants to put effort in, he can be an A or B student. But the issue is that that's very seldom. He's unmotivated, and when you try to prompt him or when you try to redirect him, or even when you, because I've made several deals with him over the year, throughout from August to now, where one of them has been work 10 minutes, break 5 minutes. It worked for a very short amount of time, and I'm speaking of between maybe a week and a half to 2, and that wouldn't do. Another deal I've made is just come in. I teach high school, by the way. So I have a class that we call Learning Strategies, which is just a support class for my SPED kids. It gives them the opportunity to get help on any classes that they may be struggling or have difficulty in. It gives them time to have their separate setting for assessments, for testing that they would take in normal class. They can get a head start on it. They can finish it, or they can just take it there. And it also gives them time to work on late or missing assignments. So I made another deal with him throughout the year. When you come in, just do one assignment. You pick the assignment. It doesn't matter if that assignment will take you 10 or 20 minutes. As long as you do one assignment a day, the rest of the period you can use to do whatever you want with your technology, whether that's listen to music, whether that's play video games. It worked. It was successful for maybe about a week until he was tired of it, because he's so intelligent that he realized that there's really nothing that I can do if he doesn't want to work. So Robert will be the student that I will be conducting the functional behavior assessment. So my plan for interviewing the SLP, first of all, my goal is to interview 2 SLPs. One's on the elementary level, which is where I'll be teaching come August. I'm leaving high school, which is a bittersweet. Initially I wanted to be in elementary, but of course every new teacher has to get in where they fit in. So I was sent to a high school. Love those students, but I got the opportunity to work with elementary, and I took it after some some struggle, some back and forth, I took it. So one of the SOPs will be an elementary SOP. Her name is Mrs. Boxer. And the other XOP will actually be the SOP that I work with at the high school. Her name is Mrs. Mack. So I can do a face-to-face interview with Mrs. Mack, but with Miss Boxer, we'll either be over the phone, but most likely we'll be doing it through Zoom. So that's how I'll set up the meeting. So thank you. Have a good day.